Bruno in the bar just now, and I'm walking past, and I'm weird like that now, because I said, all right, mate, I'm not even Australian. I got you tonight. Craig said, Brian, you can have 5 minutes, but you might have to go first. I thought, shit, that reminds me of the first time I met my wife. I said, no thanks, if I do that, my night's going to be all over too quick. My wife said, shit, that reminds me of the first time I met you. But I was in the bar earlier, right, and I heard some people talking, and apparently there's a few people all the way down from Elizabeth to see the show tonight. so when I finish, right, when I get off the stage, we'll all have a 5-minute break, so we can all pop out and see if our cars are still there. I live in the southern suburbs, right? I went out for a drive the other week, ended up in Elizabeth, never been there before. Stopped off in Elizabeth Shopping Centre. See, I always thought Bougainville was in Papua New Guinea. Hey, we only stopped for a coffee, right? This girl who served us, she was stunning. She was gorgeous. She was like Elma first, until she opened her mouth, all of a sudden she was Kath and Kim. So I could tell she was classy because she was actually wearing shoes. My wife won $3 on the scratch card. I said, for God's sake, keep that quiet. I want to get out of this place alive. That's not really fair though, right? Because it's just as bad down south. I got this mate in the army. He's just got back from Afghanistan. He said to me, you will never experience what it's like to see active service. I said, yes, I will. I said, I already have. I said, once I went to the colonnades on my own. But this is great. I haven't been in front of this many people since I got up and told some mother-in-law jokes at my wife's 40th. That didn't go down too well. She only died the week before. Sort of shows my age a little bit when I'm telling mother-in-law jokes, but I turned 50 this year, right? I went back to Cardiff, back to Wales to spend my 50th with my family. This is a true story, right? This is really cute. I went to see my mother. She told me she had syphilis. No, apparently she told half the street she had syphilis. It turns out she had psoriasis. So thanks to Lukey for telling everybody what psoriasis is. But I did message my daughters back here in Australia. They got one of those posh new talking phones. You know those phones where you can leave a message and this voice reads back the message at the other end? So I typed in, hi Hannah, hi Laura, having a fantastic time. We just stopped off in Llanfair Pwllgwyngyll Gogerwch yn Robert Llantysilio, go. 10,000 miles away, this little electronic voice with this really strong Australian accent said, oh fuck it, bring your dad. I tell you what, the 50, right? Being 50, it can be a funny old thing, right? Because take sex, for instance, right? It's just as exciting, it's just as enjoyable, but Jesus, it has to feel like hard work. So I started taking Viagra. Now see, I thought it might make life a bit easier. I don't like to brag, but I was stuck in the toilet for 2 hours because I couldn't turn around. I even gave some to my wife. She washed it down with a can of Red Bull. She put on a pair of fishnet tights and disappeared for 3 days. No, it wasn't so bad. When she did come back, she had a pocket full of 50-cent pieces and a smile on her face that lasted 2 weeks. I tell you what's really scary though, right? When you get to that point in your married life, when you've been married for so long, your wife starts to sound like your mother. But on the upside, at least the sex life starts to get interested, because all of a sudden it starts to feel dirty. But I am, in my real life, I'm a registered nurse. I don't usually tell too many people because it's bad enough trying to explain the fact that you're a male nurse. When you're a 50-year-old male nurse, no matter what kind of slang you put on it, it still sounds gay. I'm homophobic enough as it is. Every time I go into Glory Jeans, I have to ask for a flat white. Because with my accent, if I try to order a latte, it just sounds gay. But I love my job, right? But it's probably the worst job in the world that I could be doing, right? Because I'm sure I'm a hypochondriac. Every time I get a patient in with something different, I start to develop the symptoms. I helped out on the labour and delivery ward a few months ago. For 2 weeks I wouldn't go to the toilet because I was afraid to push. And my wife is nursing as well, right? She got this phone call from work the other night. They said she might have to go into quarantine because she came into contact with a patient with the swine flu. I said, well, that's basically it. You did have a head start. No, this is a nice crowd. The only thing I can say is that there's probably too many pretty girls in the audience. This is not a good thing for me, because I get really nervous around pretty girls. I had to marry somebody ugly just so I could perform on my own. but it's okay, because I'm wearing my lucky shirt tonight. So with any luck, with a bit of luck, I might even score tonight. so if there are any blind, ugly women in the audience with really low standards, we could be in for a good night, because I got a 2-for-1 drinks voucher and a strawberry-flavoured condom that's only been used once. I'm Pritchard, thank you very much.